Hello, my English 111 students, and welcome to the last of the major assignments we're going to be working on this semester, which is the course portfolio here on April 8th. Again, this is English 111, Shaw University Online, Spring Semester 2019. So what are we doing? Oh, well, we're doing two things. The first thing is we're going to introduce the course portfolio. And then the last big deliverable is your final draft of Writing Project 3. And again, this is worth a lot of your grade, I believe 20%. So you'll need to make sure you do that. So we're going to go through the course portfolio. If you took English 110 at Shaw University, this is a very similar assignment that we did in 110. In fact, it's almost exactly the same, where we learned how to do the course portfolio, so this may seem a little familiar to you. If not, then we'll go ahead and just kind of go through it. So the course portfolio basically is, if you click on this right here, it pulls up this assignment. So basically, it's designed to see how you've kind of grown over the course of the semester. And it includes the following. It includes a title page, a table of contents, a reflective overview, which we will talk about in just a second, and then copies of the first and final drafts of your three major writing projects. Okay, yeah, so that's basically it. And then this describes the reflective overview. Basically, it is where you kind of look at, okay, what did I do? How did I do it? And there is a tool to help you with this. Okay, so you're like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Okay, well, this is going to be when you're all done, it'll be submitted as one gigantic assignment. Okay, so you're not going to be sending me these as separate files. Okay, it's going to be one gigantic assignment, and it could be anywhere up to like 15 pages or so. You're like, oh my gosh, I got to write a 15-page paper. No, you really don't. You've already done most of this work. Okay, it's just a matter of compiling it. And so let me just break it down, make it even easier for you. So the basic outline. Well, let's go back to this. Okay, so the course portfolio has a table of contents, and also then it has a reflective overview. Well, what am I supposed to do for the reflective overview? Well, it just so happens that I have an outline for you of how you'd create the reflective overview. It's basically just a document you type up where you look back at what you did and stuff like that. And so if you click on this link, you get this. This is the basic outline. So basically, it's going to be 5 paragraphs. Okay, an introduction, basically, what is the purpose of the paper? This is my reflection paper for 111, how the paper will be structured. I'm going to be looking at my 3 major writing projects and what I learned from each one. And then when you get to the next paragraph, these could be different sections. They don't necessarily have to be paragraphs. Explain the first writing project, which was our narrative paper, what you learned from this assignment. Okay, give examples. So, for example, if you learned, when using dialogue, I needed to use quotation marks around what was being said and use a dialogue tag. And then you can give examples from your paper. And then you summarize with a concluding sentence. So overall, for writing project 1, this is what I learned. And then you do the same thing with writing project 2. Okay, well, the writing project 2 was our first research paper. And then you explain what you learned, give examples from the assignments, and then the conclusion is the 3 most important things you learned overall from doing all the assignments. So that's the basic outline for the reflective overview. You're like, I'm still not getting it. It's still a little intimidating. Well, there's more tools to help you. Okay, so here. Let me show you an example of a completed course portfolio. So if you click on this will show you what one looks like. So when you're all done, okay, this is what a course portfolio will look like. Now, this is from 110, but it'll be something similar for you. Okay, so there's a title page. There's the table of contents. Okay, I got it. There's my reflective overview, so you can just go ahead and read through this and kind of see how somebody else did it. Slight warning, do not copy and paste what this is in this assignment, because then you'll get a 0, because that's like plagiarism. Okay, but this shows how a reflective overview should be written. Okay, and then it includes the first draft of Writing Project 1, the final draft of Writing Project 1, the first draft. Oh, let's say if you didn't do it. If you didn't complete one of the assignments, just say I didn't complete the assignment. Okay, yeah, look at that. And then Writing Project 3, there's the first draft, and then Writing Project 3, there's the final draft. And you're like, well, I don't remember where I saved these. Yes, you did. You saved them all to Moodle. When you submitted them electronically, just go back to where you submitted them, and you can re-download them and copy and paste them into this document. Ooh, pretty nice, huh? And to help you, I have created a Word document, which is a template, which will walk you through it. So it looks like this. Let me make this a little bigger. So what if I were you, I would start with this. I would download this document, change the name, change the date. Okay. Now you're not going to know which pages things are on until you're all done. Okay. So don't worry about that. But I've already put the page numbers in. So then you write your reflective overview. get rid of this text, get rid of that text, write the whole thing, okay? And then you just copy and paste basically what is listed in the table of contents. When you're all done, they can go back and say, oh, well, this starts on page 2, this part starts on page 5, this is on 18, whatever, okay? So that's how you can do that. And it's all the tools you'll need to help with that. Okay, so again, that explains the course portfolio. We did all that kind of stuff right there. And then last but not least is the final draft of Writing Project 3. We've been through this many times now. Again, to submit this, you will click on here, and then you will scroll down and you'll hit submit paper. Okay. And just so as a side note, so when you're doing this, you're like, where do I get the final draft from Writing Project 2 and Writing Project 1? If you click on those and you go to the same place, you can download. So right now it's got like upload the paper. You can download the paper that you had originally submitted, so you can put that into your course portfolio. Pretty smart, huh? But again, you hit submit paper, and then you give it a name, and then you put the file up here. Again, make sure you go upload the correct file. Again, I strongly suggest you name your files like Final Draft of Writing Project 3, because I get biology papers, I get psychology papers, I get first drafts, and then students are like, oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, and you got a 0, because that's a trick that students use to buy more time. So make sure you submit the correct one. Okay, so let's click out of that. Okay, so to wrap up April 8th, again, so 2 things to remember. Main thing is to get your final draft of Writing Project 3 done. You can use the feedback that you got from the discussion board from last week. Also, make sure you contact the Writing Center, and then start working on your course portfolio. Peeking ahead, next week you're going to have basically all of next week to start to work also on your course portfolio. And there's just a little assignment which you could talk about that. So that's what's going on for April 8th. So please email me if you have any questions, and have a great week.